Texas Mass Mundo. Are we in store for a treat today? In the house, we have Dr. Aaron Goldsmith, the 2005 Class 4A Texas UIL state champion in both mathematics and calculator applications. He's from Azle High School, a proud Hornet. So, two events, state champion in the house, Dr. Aaron Goldsmith. Let me take a quick moment and ask that if you enjoy this content, that you please hit the subscription button and the notification bell, that you leave a comment below, and that you smash that like button. Two-time state champion 2005, Aaron Goldsmith, Azle High School, right ahead. My name is Saul Cantu, and this is Texas Math Mundo. For a special treat today. In the house, we have the 2005 Texas UIL State Champion Class 4A in mathematics and in calculator applications. We have Mr. Aaron Goldsmith in the house from Azle, Texas, a proud Hornet. Welcome, Mr. Goldsmith.
Hi, thank you.
Hey, I can't tell you how happy I am to have you here. We're going to have a lot of fun. I can't wait to pick your brain. So let's start off by asking, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Yeah, it's just it's been nice weather here in Illinois. Just looking forward to winter.
Oh, I got you. Some milder weather. So what are you up to nowadays? You know, where's home? What's your career?
So I'm living. We just moved to Peoria, Illinois, from Madison, Wisconsin. I am working at, I'm teaching math and science at a little Catholic high school. We got 35 students this year. It's a Chesterton school. There's a network of Chesterton schools that began in 2008. They've really exploded in numbers. So this is the 14th one, and I think they're going to be 70 something, by 2023.
Wow, it's expanding. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, do your students know that they have a state champion teaching them?
I have never mentioned. I actually in the interview, my wife said that I could do mental math, and that was they wanted to see some tricks. So I still use number sense a good bit when I'm teaching math.
I can't wait till your students see this interview, man. They'll know the quality of instructor they have.
All right.
Awesome. Hey, we're going to explore that UIL very deeply, but before we do, let me ask, do you have any interests or hobbies outside of UIL? What interests and hobbies do you have?
Yeah, I like to juggle and ride unicycles and throw boomerangs. I collect baseball cards. We just moved here, and from selling baseball cards, I was able to. That was 1/3 of our house. So because of the COVID thing, I think drove up some of the prices, and I made some profits there. I like abstract strategy board games, backgammon and chess and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so I have a good bit of hobbies.
Awesome. I love that stuff. I have to ask, what's your most prized baseball card?
Whew, I have the negative of from when the photo of Nolan Ryan was taken for his 1972 Topps card, and that's when he was traded to the from the Mets to the Angels, and what Topps would do, they wouldn't have the pictures of the rookies and the traded players, so they would have to take old photos and kind of airbrush them or whatever to get the new team. So I have that negative that Topps airbrushed to make him into an Angels player from a Mets uniform.
Oh, wow, wow.
So I think it's my favorite thing.
I can see how you prize that, especially I'm in Houston. Nolan Ryan's a legend here, period. Well, he's a legend anywhere, but especially here.
In Houston.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Awesome, awesome stuff. I do want to get into your past. You're a state champion in two different events. That's really special. Where are you from, born and raised, and what is your cultural heritage?
I'm from around Fort Worth. I was born in that area. Then we took a hiatus to Florida when I was around 6 years old. Came back. I grew up and of course went to high school there. So I didn't move around a lot until I graduated. My family though is from the Ozarks in Missouri, so I'm more of a kind of a hillbilly at heart.
Hey, wow. Hey, when did you realize that you had a talent for mathematics? When did you come to that realization?
Talent. I had an interest when my brother was multiplying. I wanted to know how to multiply, but I couldn't. No one taught me until I think was it whenever the rest of the kids were learning. My fourth grade teacher had me take a number sense test, trying to get me into number sense in fifth grade. But the team or the coach, I don't remember it, but I was told they found me indifferent. They had an indifferent attitude. So it was when I was in sixth grade that I was doing long division in my head, and that teacher during class took me down to the math team coach and had me join right there, had me enlist.
Wow. And so was that your introduction to competitive mathematics in sixth grade?
It was, yep.
Oh, wow. Wait, what was the name of the teacher?
I wish I knew both. I wish I know both of their names, but they've both been married since then. And so her name was Monica Wood,
right.
and Mary Chaker.
All right. And so, who inspired you during those years? What inspired you?
So I don't remember being inspired really. That's a good question. I think as far as math, I found Leonard Euler very inspiring. Just the panache he kind of put into his arguments. He solves things so cleanly. And John Paul Sartre was inspiring to me as maybe I felt like I was seeing something of a reflection in the things he was writing, and it jarred me some for his philosophies. I guess
Euler, I know he's inspired. I don't know the second one. Who's the second one?
Jean-Paul Sartre was a philosopher from the he passed away in I think 1980s maybe.
Oh, wow.
So he's kind of a more recent philosopher. He's not quite nihilist, but he had a down view on meaning. He thought there was no meaning. You have to create meaning.
Wow.
And I don't believe that you can create your own meaning. I believe meaning has to be extrinsic to yourself. So I think he helped me define really those boundaries, and me deciding what I don't believe was kind of that was a big thing for me in high school.
Well, they say the connection between mathematics and philosophy. Historically, there's a big connection. So that's very deep, interesting,
Right.
very interesting, interesting. Wow, wow. I want to talk about UIL 2005 and Azle High School. What was Azle High School like in 2005? What do you remember from those years?
I was the nerd, of course, on the math team, and I didn't get a lot of flack. I got along pretty amicably with everyone, whether jocks or weirdos or whoever. And so I had a pretty good low key kind of social life. The math team was let's see, we had a good sized math team. A lot of people doing calculator applications. They love practicing the number crunch problems, and a few number sensors. And we went to meets like almost every Saturday, so that was fun to get out.
Hey, do a shout out to some of your teammates that you remember and your coaches. All right?
Yeah. I'm still friends with Jeff Shapey, and Mr. Zapata. Actually, I'm going to call it Mr. Zapata pretty soon here because he was a physics teacher, and now is the first time I've been teaching physics is just this semester. So I just want to talk to him about that. And he's a great guy, good friend. And I'm still friends with his wife Ginny on Facebook. So I get to we have that occasional sort of she'll post a puzzle or something. I don't know. So those, and Shayna Reisner was also on the team back then. She's both Jeff and Shayna went back to teach at Azle.
Wow.
And Shayna has one of our trophies in her room, I hear. Yeah.
Wow.
I've not been back to Azle since maybe just after I graduated.
So did y'all win the team trophies also in addition to your individuals?
In 2003 we won the whole the big burrito. Yep. Because we happened to have a good journalism team that year. And then I calculated I was 40% of the whole school winning that whole trophy. And then so we brought home this trophy, and I don't think our principal knew what to do with it. It sat awkwardly on a counter someplace and then disappeared. So then Shayna found it, or somebody found it, and Shayna ended up with it and sitting in her room.
Let me tell you, that trophy is a beautiful statement of the academic power of that school. To be number one in the state of Texas, that's something to be displayed prominently and proudly.
It's a big state. It's a tough competition.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So what were your study habits? How does one become a state champion?
I mostly focused on number sense. So it's a funny thing. I never got a gold in number sense, but I medaled all 4 years. So for number sense, what I did was just, because it only takes 10 minutes. You just take test after test after test, and go through your corrections. I don't know what more to say. It's kind of pretty straightforward. It's a lot of work.
Do you remember any rivalries in those days, either personal rivalries or team school rivalries with Azle in those days?
So there's Oscar Santos from PSJA. Was killer back then. He tended to sweep all the events.
He's a friend of mine, by the way.
Oh yeah? You still keep up with him?
Yeah, every once in a while.
Yeah, I met him once. I think at the TMSCA state, and when I was a freshman, and I was there with my dad. He told us he hoped to see us at UIL state, and as we were walking away, my dad said, "Oh, he's so humble." I said, "I don't know." Saying he hopes to see us at state could mean two things: either we don't make it or he doesn't, and he didn't specify which one.
Yeah, that's funny. So that would have been a
Uh,
major rival, I imagine. Any team
yeah,
rivals?
he was amazing. Um, yeah, Matt McCabe from Wichita Falls. I think Old High. Yeah, it's been a long time. He's at least from Wichita Falls, somewhere under Anthony Newberry. He was a very good number sensor. Anthony Newberry was and him were two of the best. Um, and I just messaged him on LinkedIn recently. So now he's a lawyer. I think he went to Rice doing chemistry, is what he told me. But yeah, he ended up being a lawyer.
Wow, 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 wow! That's some good stuff. Good stuff. Which calculator did you use back in those days?
I used the HP 32S2.
Oh,
I love HPs. Uh, I've been taking some actuarial exams, and the calculator they only allow TI calculators, and they're just not well constructed. I don't think they're well thought out. The default operation is a chaining operation. I don't know of another calculator that would do such a thing. But HPs, I think are very good. I just wish they would do HP business calculator instead of the TIs. Anyway, HP 32S2. I think the HP 35 because they stopped making the 32s.
yeah.
The kids nowadays use the 35s.
The 35s are the current ones, yeah. But the HP
Okay.
Prime is the top of the line one. The HP Prime.
Oh,
So I have a couple laying around here, by the way.
yeah.
I love the HPs too. The HPs. Once you're an HP guy, it's they're good. They're good calculators. Hey, I was gonna say. I was gonna mention, Mr. Zapata. That's a legendary coach. He's a legendary coach over there. So you had one of the best leading you. One of the best leading you over there.
Definitely.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is your most memorable moment or moments from those years?
I would say my freshman year, I went at the state meet. I was just waiting outside the whatever building on the UT campus, and I thought it would be a good place to juggle. So I was sitting out there juggling my clubs, and Don Scow comes up. I think that was his last year writing for Number Sense, and he didn't know who I was, but he wanted to tell me about how my clubs looked like surfaces of revolution. And then later, I was there for Number Sense, so I met him and said, I'm a Number Sense competitor. So that was fun meeting him.
That's a good memory. That's a good memory.
Yeah, I remember competing at a high school meet when I was in 8th grade. In Number Sense, they only gave us 9 minutes by accident, and then I scored a 280. That was fun. I was hoping that I would get invited maybe to go to Team SCA State or someplace, but okay. We'll wait till next year.
Awesome stuff. You must realize, I know how special it is to be a state champion, to be, the vast state of Texas, and you were number one in 2 events. That's really spectacular. How does it feel to be a state champion?
See, I don't know. I'm not real proud about winning. I feel like UIL is kind of like ping pong. It's really fun getting to the top, but then it becomes so automatic, kind of when you're at the top, that it's just kind of lost its, so it's a good challenge. But then there's a point where you're just like, okay, I need something else. So that's kind of what it was like for me. I do really appreciate all the people I've met. I went to math camp after my senior year, and Susan Zhang was from Texas. She happened to go to the same camp, and she said, "Oh, you're Aaron Goldsmith." And so we hit it off because of UIL. And so and some Mr. McCurdy. I ran into him at A&M, and it's just things happen when I run into UILers, and we can just have good conversations like we're having right now.
Absolutely. McCurdy's the current mathematics director. I don't know.
Oh,
So he's the. He
very good. I didn't know that.
Yeah. He had.
Cliff McCurdy.
Yeah. He's the current math director. Yeah, he's.
I love talking to him. He's such a nice guy.
Yes, and he has some legendary teams. He's a legendary coach, and now he's I think this is his second year or first year as the mathematics director. So it's just so you know, wow. Where do you keep those gold medals?
Last I knew, I think they're sitting under the bed at my parents' house. So yeah, my parents are more proud of them than I am. So I guess they didn't want to get rid of them.
I have a suggestion, Mr. Goldsmith.
What are you gonna do?
You should prominently display them in your classroom. It'd be a great discussion piece, and your kids will get to know what a great champion they have as a teacher. That's my. It
would be like my resume, just hanging on my wall.
That's what I think. I think the kids will get a kick out of it, and they're special. They're special. You were the champion, the state champion. They're special. That's my suggestion, but
All right, yeah. I might find a spot for him.
All right. Hey, so where did you go to college, and what degree did you earn?
I was going to go to Texas A&M for my undergraduate, and I'm not 100% what happened with that application, but I think maybe the counselors at my school didn't get my transcript in, so I was just I was denied outright, admission to Texas A&M. That also means that I wasn't able to use the UIL scholarships, unfortunately. So my backup was University of Missouri at Rolla. I went there for my bachelor's, and I wanted to get out as quick as I could. Came down to Texas A&M. I did my PhD in math there. So PhD took 8 years, and then I went up to Wisconsin to teach math at UW-Madison.
I should be addressing you as Dr. Goldsmith. Excuse me. I didn't know. I should have been addressing you as Dr. Goldsmith. Yeah. My bad. I didn't know. You're so humble.
Don't. I like Mr. Aaron. I go by Aaron. That's all great.
Dr. Goldsmith. You earned that title. That's awesome, man. I didn't know. That's sweet. So you have a PhD in mathematics?
I do. Yeah.
From A&M, no less.
From A&M.
Wow. That's pretty awesome. That's really awesome. Wow.
Thanks.
Do you feel that your UIL journey helped you in your path, career and education?
Well, I did. Like I said, I use the mental calculations on the chalkboard in front of my class often. I could just I don't have to have a calculator with me, just if I'm doing some classroom examples. So that's been very useful. And I've in the high school level, I've been getting more opportunities just to share some of those little shortcuts, like things. If I think they appreciate that, so they're not as chained to their calculators themselves. So other than that, yeah, I can't really think of. UIL got me started in math, and so nothing else can ever say that they got me started. So I'm grateful for that, because I do really enjoy math.
Wow. Hey, number sense does have that wow factor. So when you start doing it in your head, it does have that wow factor. Hey, what do you value the most about your UIL journey?
I value the people I've met, because I start conversations easily, and it's UIL has been something where people come to me and start conversations, so that's been very nice. And yeah, I value that introduction to math. Is such a bigger world than I had imagined when I joined the math team, and so I've been amazed by that.
So you're a 2-event state champion. You have a doctorate in mathematics, so your word carries some weight. What advice would you give any youth that would come across this interview?
Advice. I would say don't sweat the differences between if you get 20th place or 13th place or third place or first place, anything like that. There's actually a good bit of randomness involved in what place you get, and you get first place. Next week you get third place. It's arbitrary somewhat. So I would say the best thing to look at when you're judging yourself and you feel proud of what you've done is just look at what you can do, how you've changed, how you progressed. Look at your improvements and just be proud of that. I think you should diversify your interests. Sports, read books, go biking. Find just stay curious is a big thing. Advice I would give. Always be curious, and take joy in learning and developing relationships, and just living life.
Stay curious. I love that. And take joy in your friend. That's awesome. That's some great advice, man. Embrace life, right? Embrace life. Wow. So, what does the future hold for you? Dr. Aaron Goldsmith, the 2005 UIL state champion in mathematics and calculator. What does the future hold for you?
I think I really like this school that I've just started teaching. I love the small class sizes and getting to know students very well, and trying to impart to them that joy that I find in math. They've been very receptive and respectful, and I really like it. I'm privileged to be able to have this position. I'm teaching chemistry and physics and math, and they said I might need to teach humanities every now and then. So I think it's going to be, there are a lot of growth opportunities for me, which I like. And I'm really looking forward to that. I've been working on an open math problem. It's been unsolved for over 50 years. I've been working on it for about 4 years.
What problem is it?
Sorry?
What's the problem?
What is the problem? It's called the simplex mean width conjecture. It's a problem about it. So a simplex is like a triangle. You have, in 2 dimensions, you have a triangle. 3 dimensions, it would be a triangular pyramid. And then in general, you just have one more corner for each dimension. And so that's what a simplex is. The width of an object is how far apart you can have 2 parallel planes. If you squeeze an object and then it touches on 2 parallel planes, the distance between those planes will be the width in that direction. And then the mean width is like the average over all the directions. So the simplex mean width conjecture says that to get the maximum average width of a simplex, it should be a regular simplex, like an equilateral triangle. And it sounds really easy to prove. Like you ask a mathematician, if they hadn't heard of it before, they would guess that it had been proved already. Seems straightforward. But they're just these little roadblocks that come up when you actually try to prove it. And I've been working on it. I always say I think I'm close, but now I'm writing up a draft that I hope will work. So yep. I'm working on, and then I should submit it hopefully this month.
Wow, fascinating.
If my peers accept it.
Fascinating. That sounds so awesome. Wow. So you're actively engaged, not only in teaching, but in actually doing math and proving
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Wow.
I don't think I'm cut out for research actually. So I guess this is kind of my last stand. Kind of, you know, I really like to teach, and that's how I'm going to be useful. How I'm going to provide for my family.
All right.
So I like doing that even more, I would say.
So, Dr. Goldsmith, any parting words or final thoughts as we conclude this interview?
Hey Saul, thanks for inviting me. It's been fun to talk to you, and maybe hopefully share advice to anyone watching. I bid you all just wish you well in your endeavors and wherever you end up in the next few years.
Dr. Goldsmith, the pleasure is mine. So I really appreciate you coming on the show. I can't thank you enough. And you know, you look at the archive and you see your name, and I'm so happy you're giving a face, a personality to that name. So you're just not some obscure name in the archives, man. So I really appreciate you coming alive. And let me tell you something. I'm in Houston. If you're ever in my neck of the woods, man, drop me a line. We'll go have some tacos or something. If you're ever in Houston, man, hit me up and we'll go have some lunch or something.
Great, thank you.
Hey, I appreciate you. I wish you the very best, and farewell. Farewell.
All right. Yep. See you.
Wow, what a fascinating discussion with Dr. Aaron Goldsmith, the 2005 Class 4A state champion in calculator applications and in mathematics. That was a true joy. Thank you, Dr. Goldsmith. Let me take a quick moment and ask that if you enjoy this content, that you please hit the subscription button and the notification bell, that you leave a comment below, and that you smash that like button. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Let's spread this joy, let's spread this beauty to as many people as possible. I have plenty of wonderful things in store for this channel, and I truly appreciate your support. My name is Saul Cantu, and this is Texas Math Mundo. Farewell.